So if you're anything like me, you like to keep all of your Apple devices in pristine condition. Doesn't matter what it is, Apple Watch, AirPod Pro 2s, but let's stop right there, man, because I went over at Amazon and I spent about $100 on AirPod cases, all right? No, I didn't spend $10,000 on AirPod cases and here's the best one. No, I spent the smooth $100, all right? I bought Spigen, Caseology, ESR. I bought a few, all right? But this VRS Design, this right here, takes the cake, all right? And I was like, you know what? I was going to do a best cases for the AirPod Pro 2s and show the other ones, but they just didn't quite get the job done like this one does, all right? So let's go ahead and check this one out. Let's run through everything. And I think this is my very first time ever doing a review on the AirPod Pro 2 case, all right? So this should be a little bit interesting. Let's see how I can do, all right? So let's go ahead and take a look at it. The first thing that I always look for when it comes to a good AirPod case is whether it has adhesive on the inside, all right? And you guys know what I mean. A lot of these cases, sometimes you can put them in there, but then they also come out just as easy as you can put them in there. Now, when it comes to this bottom side, now it just slides on, all right? But this isn't a loose fit, all right? Like you have to, once this is in there, you have to like really, you got to really wiggle it off to get it out. You can't just pull it off, and I'm tugging on it and I don't want to break my AirPods, but this isn't going to slide off easy. When this comes off, that means you want it to come off. Now, on the top side, now I don't really want to show you guys because I don't feel like taking it off, but on the top side, it does have a little place to where you have a little piece of adhesive that you can add. And go ahead and show them proof. They actually gave you a few more adhesion pads to put on the top lid of those AirPods so you know that this isn't going to remove by itself. Now, I don't want to do a bunch of pulling tugging, but it's not going anywhere, all right? They actually gave you 4 little pads. Now, I used one because that's what's currently up here, and I used the first one after I wanted to try a few other AirPod cases, and they just didn't make the list. So I'm on my 3rd one right here, as you can see right here, and I'm still have, you know, I have an extra one to go if I ever want to take this off, try another AirPod case or anything like that. So it's good that they include a few adhesive pads, not just 1, not just 2, not just 3. They give you 4, all right? So that's going to be a good plus. Now, looking at the case itself, you see you're going to get a little cutout for that little LED light, which is good and clutch right there. Flipping it over on the back, all right? Now, one thing that a lot of people say about the Amazon reviews, and this is the reason why I'm doing this video, because the Amazon reviews are kind of leading you the wrong way when it comes to this case, because there's a lot of people that's reporting some fake stuff, all right? Now, this case isn't perfect by any means, but the way I use my AirPods, the way I charge them, the way I interact with them, those issues doesn't bother me, all right? So you don't have a pairing button on the back on your case, all right? I don't know about you, but a lot of cases doesn't have that button. Once your AirPods are connected with your phone, I don't really know how much more connecting you're going to do, especially if you have a bunch of Apple products, because they all just sync together, all right? But if you do change your device, say you break your phone, you get a new phone, and you need to pair them, this bottom, you can get it off. You just kind of have to work it, and it does work off just fine. So me, it not having a pairing button on the back, honestly, really doesn't bother me, all right? Coming on the sides, you see it has a little cutout for those speakers, because we know we have the speakers and everything like that now on these AirPods. Same thing on the bottom, speakers, you get that lightning port right there. And also, I mean, that's basically going to be it when you're talking about the design. But the one thing that I really, really love about this case is the nice texture, all right? This is going to be that nice sandstone texture. Now, I'm not really sure how many of you out there may have been a fan of OnePlus, but they have a very nice sandstone texture, and that's exactly what this feels like. Not rough, not too, you know, not too smooth, but I feel like it's just perfect when we are talking about the texture of this AirPod case, all right? Easy close, feels good. Now, some people said it was too bulky. It does add a little bit of bulk to your AirPods, but I mean, let me take it out. I mean, it's not, in my opinion, it's not that bulky. I mean, it does add a little bit of bulk. So if you like how thin these AirPods are, it's going to add a little bit of bulk to it. But in my opinion, I'm perfectly fine because I want to keep my AirPod case in nice condition. I don't care how much bulk it adds. It doesn't add too much bulk. I think it's just fine. All right. Now, let's go ahead and take a look over here, because right here they have a lanyard hole. So if you're a person who likes to use a lanyard on your AirPods, you can do so. And they actually give you an included little brown kind of, it looks leather, but people say it's kind of like of a fake leather. But hey, they gave you something. They included it. All right. But a lot of people are saying, yo, this lanyard doesn't work. It's too thick. It doesn't fit in the hole. Your AirPods doesn't go in. How about let's try that on, let's try that for ourselves, all right? So we're gonna go ahead and, I did it wrong, all right? So let's just go ahead and stick it right here, and then we're gonna put it through the second hole. Now I'm not really gonna tie this up or anything, and let me show you. You just pull it tight. It's recessed in there, all right? So you pull it tight, slide your AirPod Pros in there, and boom. Everybody's saying it doesn't work with this lanyard. In my opinion, I think that works just fine. And this thing is in there all the way, doesn't come off easy, and actually kind of helps this a little bit from coming off if a lanyard is your thing. Now, of course, you just tie this up and then you can go about your day. But look, sometimes you got to get a product for yourself. Don't go out there and read all the reviews, because sometimes people don't know how to use their tech, all right? And this lanyard loop works just fine. This thing isn't too thick, all right? So the lanyard loop works just fine on this case if that's something that you want to use, all right? So we can just take this off for the review because I don't really use the lanyard loop, all right? I don't really get down with that. Now, when you're talking about MagSafe, all right, now this is another thing that a lot of people are complaining about, that it doesn't work with MagSafe. Now, I know this is more of a charging pad, all right? So you can put it down and you can feel those magnets. Now, it's very faint. I'm not saying that it has a straight hard pull. It is very, very faint, but it still works. It still works with any wireless charging, whether it's a MagSafe, and this is technically a MagSafe Apple charger. It's just in this Nomad base, but it works just fine, all right? It works just fine when you put it there, good to go. But the issue comes if you're a person who likes to charge your AirPods via your Apple Watch charger. This is where it doesn't work, all right? So you can feel kind of that pull. You can kind of feel that magnetic pull, but they're not really catering to Apple Watch charging when it comes to this, all right? Now, if you go ahead and demonstrate it without it, you can pop it up there and you hear it charging. I got this connected to a power bank and you hear it charging just fine. But if you pop the case back on, slap it up there, you're not going to get that much magnetic grab. I thought it kind of grabs it a little bit, but it doesn't, all right? So that's up to you. If you're a person who charges your AirPods via Apple Watch, I don't. I have a travel charger that has a dedicated AirPod slot if I want to charge it while I'm on the go. But for the main point, I think that's about it. But some things that I did want to test out for you guys was definitely that lanyard loop. And some people said it didn't work with wireless charging because it was too thick. So it absolutely worked with wireless charging. It works on a MagSafe pad just like this, and you're good to go, all right? And this comes in a few different colors. They have a sandstone version. They also have a green and a white version, all right? Now this sandstone, I think is gonna run you $18.99 over on Amazon. It's via Prime. You can get it the next day. But when it comes to the green and the white version, they're gonna be a little bit cheaper at $16.99. So you're paying a little bit of a premium price tag for this actual texture. But in my opinion, it is 100% worth it. I really like this. I have legit 4 other AirPod Pro cases over there. I wanted to do a best of to show a bunch of them, but they just didn't make the list. This is the one that was just, it gave you that adhesive. It has a nice sturdy fit on the bottom, although the bottom doesn't have any adhesive. Other than that, you're good to go. If I say, is there anything that you can improve on, is maybe try to add some magnets, some type of way right here to allow MagSafe charging. In my opinion, this would be probably one of the best AirPod Pro 2 cases out there. It's already the best. That can just improve on it, all right? So that's going to be it. I'm still going to research AirPod cases, so if I run across a few that kind of works just as good as this VRS design, I'll do a video. I'll lay them all out on the table, and we'll kind of get down to what's the best of them, all right? Make sure you hit that sub button to come back, man. Don't just be taking this video in and leaving and not coming back. Make sure you hit that sub button, hit that like button, comment down below. If there is a dope AirPod case that you want me to check out, let me know down below. There is a few out there that's on pre-order right now that I do want to check out, but you got to come back to see those, all right? So everybody be safe. Catch you on the next one. Later.